Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It is Alex and thank you guys so much for tuning in today. So as you guys can see from the title, I am doing the makeup collection tag. This tag came at the perfect time because after 6 years of being on YouTube, I have finally gotten the balls basically. I got over my fear of sharing what I have and I can care less anymore about what people think. I'm finally going to do my makeup collection video. I'm going to do a beauty room tour. I'm going to do a desk tour and as well as a makeup collection video. Finally, you guys are going to see the insides of my drawers. And this video, this tag could have not come at a better time because I wanted to do this tag before I did my collection so you guys can get kind of like an idea of what you're going to see, how I store everything that goes along with it. This was created by Miss Georgia Harris. Every time I hear Georgia, like the name Georgia or the state, I always want to say Georgia Peach. In high school, I had a teacher who was from there and her name was Miss Georgia, and every time I would see her, I would like, Miss Georgia Peach. So anyway, it always reminds me of her. I don't even know if she's still teaching there or not. But anyway, she created this tag. I thought it was awesome. I've only watched maybe 2 or 3. I have quite a few on my watch later to watch. I know I watched Lauren May's video of it and someone else, I can't remember. But I'll link them down below if you are interested in seeing somebody else's reaction to it, to the questions and things. I kind of briefed through it. I really haven't thought about it, but we're going to get along. We're going to do it. All right, so question number 1, how long have you been collecting makeup? Well, let me start out by, in the beginning of time now, when I was a teenager and even in my early 20s, I never really had to collect makeup because my aunt was a makeup artist. And you guys see these makeup collection videos, I'm not even exaggerating you. My aunt had a huge makeup collection in her bathroom. When she had actually moved out of one of her homes, we all went over to her house and went through all of her vanity drawers in her bathroom. And I mean, when I tell you the woman had makeup to last her 50 million years, like what we see now on YouTube, she already had. And this is before social media, before YouTube. This was already a thing that I already knew about because I didn't have to collect because I would just go over to her house and just shop. The reason why I never used drugstore makeup as one of my first makeup lines was because of her, because I would always get Bobbi Brown and Clarins and Clinique and Bare Minerals and Lancome. Like, I mean, I used all the high-end stuff back then that was like, ooh, it's too expensive kind of thing. Only you would buy one thing of. She would have a million things of, and she would always like, here. I remember even with my first pregnancy, she gifted me a Clarins body oil for my skin so it would help with my growing belly. This, when I looked up how much this stuff was, I was like, oh my gosh, I loved it. I used the whole thing up. I'm like, I'm not buying this. This is way too expensive. But those are the things that I was able to use because of her, because she was a makeup artist. So I always got spoiled that way. So me personally, I never had to collect until I was in my late 20s. When she officially stopped doing it, she actually moved away across the country, so she's not even near me anymore, or us, I should say, my family. She's on her own in California, so we no longer have that, so I had to start collecting. So I started collecting makeup in my my mid-20s, I would say. In my mid-20s is when I started collecting makeup. Now, question number 2. What kind of collection do you have? Minimal, utilitarian, aesthetic, historical? Well, I did have historical until I got rid of a bunch of old stuff, is what I would say historical is. I don't know what I would categorize my collection as. I think my collection is more like, obviously I use it, but it's more of like a visual fun place. I don't know, like if somebody would come in here and look through my drawers, they would be like, wow, you got a lot of color, and I don't know how to describe it. Fun and edgy, I don't know. Like, you don't see the same norm. This is how I would describe it. If you were to go into my mother's closet, you would think she would visit a funeral every day because all that she would have in her closet is beige, white, black, and gray. If you go into my closet, you would think that I would be at a Coachella every time because you would see pinks and greens and blues and yellows and all different types of color in my closet. That's how it goes with my makeup. If you go into my mother's makeup collection, it's the same old neutral, everyday type of color. You go into mine and you're seeing bright, bold, edgy, different textures, different colors and glitters and formulas. Like, I don't know how to describe that. If somebody could describe that for me, tell me in the comment section, because that's what I would describe my collection to be. But I still use it, so it's more, so it's I use it, but I have fun stuff. Question 3, are you a completionist? I have admitted this in a low buy, I believe, or in other videos as well. Yes, I am. I've always been that way with every aspect. And I mean, if there's a pair of shoes that I love, I will get it in every color. If there's a shirt that I just fell in love with and I love how it feels, I will get it in every color. Same goes for jewelry, socks, anything you think of, that's how I've always been. This year, I have tried to stop that with my makeup specifically, but it's still kind of hard because if I like something, I get it in multiples. I still get it in multiples. This is how I've always been. I like something, I go ahead and get it in both of the shades, you guys. So yes, I would honestly say I am a true completionist. If I like a formula, if I like a series, I get all of them. I am trying to not do that anymore. I am getting better at it, but it's still a work in progress. But yes, I would consider myself a completionist. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm not denying it. I'm not trying to go around it. No, I have gotten better with decluttering to not have a complete set, because I need to have the whole complete set, even though some shades don't fit me anymore or never ever went with my skin tone. But I'm getting better at it. I'm getting better at it. Question 4, how do you store organize your collection? I have the Alex drawers. I've had them for about 6 years. The desk that I'm sitting on is new from this year, which has the 6 Alex drawers. But I've always wanted something like this, but I never had the space. And now that I do, I like how it looks, the aesthetic in here. My lip products are stored differently. They're in a colorful drawer. You'll see in my collection video, but they're stored separately, and I have them split between my bullet lipsticks and liquid lipsticks. You guys will see what I do when I do that collection tour. Question number 5. What is your favorite thing about your collection? My favorite thing about my collection is the variety. The variety that I do have. I don't get bored. I always have something. If somebody asks me for something, I always have it. And I see people's looks. At least my sister, when she comes over and she sees my stuff, they're in awe and they're excited to see what I have and play around with, because it's different. It's not, you're not going to find the same old things over and over. You're always going to find something different and fun. And I like that. I like the variety that I have. I will never be a minimalist. I have said this before. I cannot be a minimalist because I like variety. I like change. I like switching it up. I get bored easily. I don't think I could ever have a job that I don't switch things up often. I just like to switch things up. 6, what is your least favorite thing about something to improve your collection? I do want to control what comes in, which I have been doing. I want to pare down some areas of my collection, which I have been doing. I think I'm better now than I have been before the past 2-3 years, but I do want to improve on the amount of things that I have. I do not buy more storage for things. You will see that I have quite a few storage containers that are completely empty, and I don't plan on filling them up, but I just have them. But that's the one thing I want to control, and my least favorite thing is I don't want to have too much of everything. 7, what is the biggest category of your collection? I'm going to give you all one guess. What could it possibly be? Of course, you guys know it's eyeshadow. Eye products in general. Whether it's eyeshadow, and I think it is eyeshadow palettes that I have the most of, because I have counted everything, and you guys, it's a lot. I have a ton of eyeshadow palettes. Close second is eye products, which that means pigments, singles, glitters, metallic-y stuff, cream shadows, shadow sticks, like that, those are everything. That's like my main thing. I love that stuff. I enjoy that stuff. That's my first love in makeup. So yeah, that's what I have the most of in my category. What is the smallest category in my collection? I would have to say it is concealers. At the moment, I only have 4 concealers and 1 corrector. That is the smallest. Then following that would be foundations. I have 7 foundations. I don't have a lot of my face-based products. I don't have a lot of. If I find something I love, I stick to it. I don't go shopping around for a million things. I don't like to have a lot of face complexion products. That gives me anxiety. I don't like that. So that's my least part of my collection. 9, do you have a holy grail in your collection? I don't know if I have holy grails because I have so much of everything that I can't say that this is it. I'm going to only stick to this. No, not really. I have a lot of very, very much love products, but nothing that's holy grail where I can say I can get rid of everything else and just keep this. 10, do you ever wish your collection was bigger or smaller, or is it complete? My collection will never be complete. I'm going to tell you that right now. I will never feel like it's complete. I'm always going to add and declutter because that's just my thing to do. I love to buy things, but I also like to look back and say, you know what, this can use a better home. I'm not using it. So I don't think it'll ever be complete. I wish it might be a little bit smaller, but I do not at any means wish it was bigger. I do not want a bigger collection. I would definitely get anxiety. I don't want a bigger collection. But again, I don't think it's complete, nor will it ever be complete because I am a person that always goes through my collection every day, so it will never be complete. 11, how often do you declutter makeup in your collection? Here we go. I've mentioned this in the past. I am not a 1 to 2 times a year huge declutter person. No. Every day I am decluttering. I do not use that lightly. I mean, almost every day I'm in here getting rid of something I tried out, I didn't like, I'm decluttering. Yeah, every day. Not today I haven't decluttered something, but I did declutter something yesterday. I decluttered something the day before. There's always something I'm getting rid of. Something that I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to give it to somebody else. Or it went bad, or it didn't work after the first time I tried it. So I'm always decluttering every day. I am not a one-time deal declutterer. You will never see a huge, massive declutter of all of this. That's not how I work. That's not how I do things. I mentioned this in the past. I am an everyday declutterer. So if you ever want to see anything that I declutter or I mentioned, I'll pull out a few things to share with you guys on a video, but mostly you'll see it on my Shop My Stash, in my monthly lipstick bag. You'll see certain things that I am decluttering, but other than that, I'm not a huge declutterer. I'm a daily declutterer. 12, do you ever get envious seeing other people's makeup collections? No. Asked me that question a few years ago, I would have said yes. Nowadays, I am so happy and content with my own products that I'll watch other people's hauls, or I'll watch other people's collection videos, or Shop My Stash where they go through their drawers, and not an ounce of jealousy or envy goes through me. I am perfectly fine with what I have. That looking at other people's videos of that nature, I'm just like, wow, that's good for you. That's exciting. Oh, that's nice how you do that. Or I take more of storage ideas than anything when I see those type of videos. But no, I'm not. I'm happy. I'm happy, content. And I've always gone through this saying that I really like, and I've understood it now, is you know you're in a happy place when you are wanting the things that you already have. And that's where I'm at. I love everything about what I have, and that goes for everything. My clothing, my home, my belongings in here, everything. I'm happy. I'm happy with what I have, that I'm not envious at all. 13, who on YouTube has the best makeup collection? Ooh, this is fun. I would have to say, now I'm going to base this off of eyeshadow palettes, because that's the one thing that I love to watch when other people have eyeshadow palettes. I don't care about any other, really, no lipstick, no blushes like that. To me, I'm like, eh. So if I were to say that one person's makeup collection of eyeshadows is my favorite, and has the best, I would say probably Angelica Nyquist. I think that's how you say her last name. Nyquist. She has amazing eyeshadows. Oh, I'm at that collection of eyeshadows. I'm like, oh, I drool over every time she'll show like her makeup collection or show eyeshadow palettes. I'm like,
oh, that's so pretty. Oh, that's so pretty. Oh, I'm excited about that. Oh, I love.
She has an amazing eyeshadow collection. So I would say she has the best eyeshadow collection. Last question. What's some advice you'd give to a future makeup collector? The one advice I would say is pace yourself. Honestly, pace yourself. Things get released so much, so often that don't overdo it. Don't overdo it. Pace yourself. Consider what you're getting. Really think through what you want to get. You don't want to get to a place where you get anxiety or you get stressed out or you're in debt for something that's going to go to waste, something that's going to get thrown out. Consider your makeup collection like food. Food expires. If you buy apples and you buy a bunch of pounds of apples because they're only $2 and you bought a bunch of them because they were only $2, you will never go through all those apples. You're going to throw them out. And that's how it is with makeup. You can buy 1,000,000 of something, but it will eventually go bad and you're going to end up throwing it out and you wasted your money. You have to think of makeup like food. You just pace yourself. Don't go crazy. Take your time. Really think through. I'm not saying deprive yourself. That's not what I'm saying. But just really think through what you're going to buy, if you're really going to use it. Really think through if it's something that you would enjoy. Even though I may enjoy this, you may not. And don't get it just because somebody is telling you. Pace yourself. Don't go in debt. Don't overdo it. Enjoy what you have because it's you at the end of the day that's spending the money. You at the end of the day is finding storage for it. You at the end of the day will have to see it every day, not the person who's telling you to buy it. It's you. So that's the thing you got to keep in mind. So that's the advice I would actually give somebody. So anyway, that is the makeup collection tag. I had fun doing this. Stay tuned, you guys. If you want to see my makeup collection storage, beauty room tour, desk tour, it will be coming. I promise you guys, we are working hard. Mr. Man and I are working hard to get that video up for you guys. He is currently painting and doing all the hardware to get this room ready for you guys. He is amazing. I know. So anyway, I will catch you guys in my next video, most likely tomorrow. Don't forget to check out Georgia Harris, Lauren May, and the other videos that I have checked out. If you want to see this tag being done by other people, this is fun. This is fun. And this can also go with my subscribers. So if you guys are watching this video and you don't do videos, leave down your answers to these questions. I would love to hear from somebody who doesn't do YouTube what you would answer with these questions. It would be fun to know. So anyway, I will catch you guys tomorrow with a new video. And don't forget that a smile is the best makeup a girl can wear. Bye, guys.